First of all, we are going to discuss about data. Data is nothing but an information about your study. So data may be numbers, words, or measurement, or other observations. Okay. So each numbers or each words or each information is called data. So there are two types of data. One is qualitative data, then another one is quantitative data. So qualitative data is nothing but it's not measurable data. Quantitative means the measurable data. For example, if you want to find your weight, for example, or height, 5.4 means it's a measurable one. So it is called quantitative. Okay. Suppose we want to measure our beauty. So there is no measurement for beauty. So this is called quantitative. So there are two types of data. One is qualitative data. Then another one is quantitative data. Okay. So in quantitative data, there are two main differences, that is types. One is discrete and another one is continuous. So there are two types of data. One is qualitative, then another one is quantitative. In the quantitative, there are two types. One is discrete, then another one is continuous. Okay. For example, there are now qualitative. So these are the simple example to understand your qualitative. So these are the simple example for quantitative. So there are two types of quantitative, discrete, and next one is continuous. Okay. So these are the simple. Now I'm going to just tell about census or SAM. So first step we studied about data. Now we are going to deal in the sample. Sample means we are selecting a sample from the population. Population is nothing. For example, in your class, there are 60 students. I want to know about all 60 students. So I'm going to choose from 60. I'm going to choose out of 60. I'm going to choose 5 students. So out of 60, I'm going to choose 5 students. This 5 is called sample. Population. So now, come to the data. I already told there are two types of data, discrete and continuous. So discrete means each value. See the example. We are going to roll a dice. So we can get 0, 1, up to 12. So each number is a data. Okay. There is no continuous limits. So each 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are single value. So this is a discrete one. Okay. This type of data is discrete data. Okay. Continuous means you can take a values. For example, one second. Guys, is it visible? Anyone? Stephanie?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I already told there are two types of data. For example, height. Okay. Height 5.2. This is one data. 5.4. This is another data. Suppose, listen. Now I'm going to classify my height. Suppose 4 to 4.5. Okay. Now 4.5 to 5.0. That 5.0 to 5.5. Okay. So now this is first class. This is called first class interval. Now here number of students. So totally in your class there are 60 students. Okay. From the 60 students, 4 to 4.5 there are 2 students, and 4.5 to 5 is totally 4 students. 5.5 to 5.5 there are 12 students, and so on. So this is called a continuous data. Okay. So here it's a class interval. This is first class interval. This is second class interval. There is third class interval. So 4 to 4.5, 2 students. 4.5 to 5, 4 students. 5 to 5.5, 12 students, and so on. So here, this is student number 1. This is student number 2, and so on. So this type of class interval, that is data, is called discrete, and this type of data is called continuous. Clear? Now, suppose we have 60 students here. So the total of this n means number of students. N means number of students. The total of this n should be 60, because in your class there are 60 students. So the total of n, this is number of students, is 60. It should be 60. Clear? So here, this is mathematically it is called class interval. This is nothing but in mathematics is called frequency. F. F means frequency. So frequency number 1, frequency number 2, frequency number 3. So here, this is called class interval, Ci. Okay. Now come to this case, discrete case. Here this is your first value. Here this is your second value, and here 16. Last value 5 point, for example 5.9. This is your last value. Okay. So this height value we are representing, or we are mentioning with one mathematical term, is called x. So in mathematically, in each value is called x. X means here height. So x is nothing but it's called variable. So x is a variable. Variable means varying every time. Okay. So here, this is first student height. So x1. This is x1. Here, this is x2. This is x60. Clear? So we have totally 60 students. So each value is called x values. So this is for first student. So x1. This height is nothing but for second one. So x2. This 5.9 is represent your 16th student. So x16. Clear? So we can, this 1 means first student, 2 means second student, 60 means 16th student. So we can generally note it I. So I means interval. Okay. Is it clear? Any doubts? Anyone? Hello? Hello? Anyone? Hello? 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 Any doubt? No one is replying. If you have any doubt now, you can chat me. Then only I can move to next. No doubt. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No doubt. You can go next, sir. Okay. So there are two types of data. One is qualitative. Second one is quantitative. So in this quantitative, there are two types. One is discrete. Then another one is continuous. So in this discrete case, this is your x values. Okay. So we can make it in one address for each value. So address of this first value is nothing but x1. Address of the second one is x2 and so on. So we can make it as one general term of this whole heights, that is xi. So x is called variable, then I is called the interval or address of this each value. If I put x20, this x20 represents your 20th student's height of the 20th students. Now come to your continuous case, we can make it as a table form with a classification. So based on the height values, 4 to 4.5 is a first class interval. Then 4.5 to 5 is a second class interval. Then 5 to 5.4 is a third class interval. And 5.4 into 6 is a fourth class interval. So this is not your edge. This is called class interval. Okay. Now, here, this 2 is nothing but the number of students belongs to 4 to 4.5. So this is not an x value. It's called frequency value. Okay. So frequency is nothing but number of x. Clear? So 4 to 4.5 belongs to 2 students. 4.5 to 5. 4 students. So this 4 and this 2, 12 is the number of students. Okay. So our population size is 60. So your total class strength is 60. So this is called population. So total number of students 60. So the total of this all F should be 60. Okay. So the notation for population size is nothing but capital N. So capital N is nothing but your total number of students in a class. Okay. So now we can move on the notations. Notations. Okay. Based on this example, we can make it as a notation. Okay. A notation. So first notation. X. X is called variable. Okay. X is called variable. In our example, X means height. Okay. X means height. So this is from our example. This is the name of the name of the term, that is notation. This is the notation. So X means variable, and in our example, it is nothing but height. Okay. Second one. F. F means frequency. F R E Q frequency ENCY. Okay. Frequency ENCY. Frequency. F means frequency. So in our example, it's nothing but number of students. Okay. So first variable notation is X. This are variable. In our example, it is nothing but our height. And second one, F. F means frequency. So in our example, that is nothing but number of students in a class interval. Okay. Third one, class interval. Okay. Class interval means there are two values, value number A between value number B. Okay. There are two values in class interval. This A is nothing but lower limit. Here, consider this one. Here, the first class interval. First class, 1 second. Okay. This is first class interval. This 4 is called lower limit. This 4.5 is called upper limit. Okay. This is second class. This is second class. Here, this is lower limit value. This is upper limit value. This is third one. For third class interval, this is lower limit value. This is upper limit value. Okay. So A means lower limit value and B means upper limit value. Okay. Now, in our example, you can take any one class interval, 4.5 to 4.5 to 5.0. Okay. Now, one more thing, just imagine that this is F. Now you can understand this is F. So F means number of students. The total of F should be 60. Clear? The total of F should be 60. So N is nothing but population size. So in our example, this is 60. N is nothing but population size. So we are going to add all the F values. So I am going to add, N is nothing, I am going to add all the F values. So for adding all the F values is notated by constant. Okay. For adding all the F values is notated by sigma. You go through your UG class, you do sigma F is nothing but your N. Okay, so sigma F equal to your N. So in our example, N is nothing but total number of students. Okay, sigma F means you have to adding all the F values. So 2 plus 4 plus 12 plus and so on. It should be also 60. Clear? So how many notations we'll go through now? Chat me. How many notations? What are the notations? How many notations? Chat me, guys. Four notations. Yes. First one, X. Yes. I think Sylvia and Vinova, sorry, Sylvia and Vinova only listening, huh? மற்ற எல்லாரும் கேம் விளையாட போயிட்டீங்களா? Only two reply. Okay. Only two reply. Sir, Arun AP. Sir na Mora. Why sir? Why sir, sir? No sir. Yes sir. No sir. No sir. என்ன சார்? No sir. Yes sir. Okay. So till now we discussed the among things. So what is data? Yes. What is data? What are the types in data? There is qualitative and quantitative. And in quantitative, there are two types of quantitatives. One is discrete, then another one is continuous. So how to determine a discrete? Now how to determine a continuous case? So we see this example, right example. This is called discrete data. This is your continuous case data. So based on this, we can make it as a we can convert as a mathematical term, that is notations. So there are four notations we see now. First one is X, is nothing but variable. Second one is F, it's a frequency. Third one is class interval. So in your class interval, there are two values. One is A and B. A is nothing but lower limit, and B is nothing but upper limit. And last one, N, that is your population size. Okay. So population size n, it should be a total of f, that is sigma. So sigma means counting or adding the particular value. So sigma x means I am going to adding all the x values. Okay. So here this sigma is adding the particular value. Okay. Now fourth variable is n. N is nothing but adding all the f values. Clear, guys? Is it okay now? Any feedback?
Yes, sir.
Any feedback? Any doubts or
No, sir.
any changes in our teaching? ரொம்ப ஃபாஸ்டா இருக்கா புரியலையா? You can give your feedback, then only I can change my teaching
Sir,
methodology.
புரியுது sir,
Okay,
புரியுது. Sir, புரியுது sir.
okay. If you give any suggestion, I can change my teaching methodology because it's a math class. So in online mode, we have to do I am also a fresher for this online mode. So you have to tell the suggestion, then I can change. Because this is your first class, so you have to tell the suggestion, so that only I can change the mode. If it is a class, it's very, very much different one. But it's an online mode, you have to tell. Any doubt? Any suggestion? Guys, tell me.
Sir, no, sir.
No.